a snap, take a photograph. Run it back, make it to the front. Run it back when I touch the right. I'll be back, make another van. Ultra, ultra, ultra fast. I ain't with the bug the dash. Run it back, running back. Face back with the shoulder pads.
Run it back, watch your back. You think I want it cream, but I like it black. My body act, and run it back. You see how I act, nothing I lack. Feeling like a fatal heart attack. I'd die for that. I don't stress about it, I think less without it. I'ma cut out anything that's in my psyche. Feeling myself high-key, running back, let me have it back. I'ma cut out anything that's in my psyche. Feeling myself high-key.
Yes, like that, like that, like that. Solo might be right back, right back, right back. Oh yes, like that, like that, like that. I told her I might be right back, right back, right back.
Run it back, run it back. Told him put the money in the bag, double that. Run it back, run it back. Told him put the money in the bag, double that, double that.
Run it back, run it back.
Run it, run it, run it back, run it back, run it, run it, run it back, run it back, run it, run it, run it back, run it back.
Run it back, 100 stack in the truck with his fire tag. Punch the gas, run into the future. Past, I'm done with that, but if I need to, then I'm done.
It's Madden NFL 24, and everyone's watching Elijah Higgins. He came through in last week's game with 111 yards. It's the Dolphins and the Eagles under the lights on Sunday night.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tape. So the Dolphins taking on the defending NFC champs, the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. And they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get them?
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. From his end zone, here's Rashid Shaheed. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
Fields throw here into the hands of Moore. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run for the first time with Ty Chandler. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down. The Dolphins at 500, 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
7 yards there and a 1st down. Now a handoff to Chandler. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. You look at this Eagle defense. They are the 22nd ranked unit against the run in the NFL.
And this game for them is all about the line of scrimmage. Winning that battle, using their leverage, being the low man with power to take the offensive linemen and run them back into their own backfield and try and create some lost yardage plays.
Looking to throw on 2nd down, Fields. Open man left side, Shaheed has it. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 24-yard line. Now a handoff up the middle. Chandler. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Here's Chandler on 2nd down. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
They'll set up the screen. It's McLaughlin. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Here's Fields. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Chris Olave, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
And they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. Whatever they said appears to have worked. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They're brought out by a guy who's become something of a journeyman. He's played for 5 teams across the last 6 seasons. The well-traveled Teddy Bridgewater.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Well, he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him the 1st down. First carry now for David Montgomery. He can't get him down. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. You talk about this Miami defense. They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
When they lack in pass defense, they do make up for it in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
So no gain on the play. They'll decline the penalty to not give them the down back.
And were you thinking to yourself that maybe they would take the yardage there? Because
possibly.
I definitely was. But as you noted, maybe they're just looking at the downs chart and saying, okay, we're comfortable where we are.
3rd and 9 here. Throwing, Bridgewater. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
A Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Dolphins drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all. And if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
On 2nd down now. It's Chandler, and he goes across the 20 to the 22. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd, about 4 more for a 1st. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. throw is Fields. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. After 7-0. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Chandler. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Yeah, he'll work 3 from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose to his pass and saw it coming, converts down the before he can get much out of it.
On 3rd down, it's Chandler, and he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 47-yard line. Here we go.
Operating from the gun, Fields. Completes this to Elijah Higgins. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain there of 21 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Gets this complete to Shaheed. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Here's Fields now on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there by hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back to the 22. Also, Diggy Zur with the effort there to earn the sack. And his kick here is good. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they've moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing is Bridgewater. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Bridgewater. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. To throw is Bridgewater. And that's going to be incomplete. Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. He's got Cooper Kupp on the slant. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Bridgewater. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Chris Olave heads back to the field as his guys get set for another possession. Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist. You know, the good stuff, you got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing, change things up a little bit, and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
It's easy to see the ball needs to come out quickly, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
That's why it got knocked away there. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Fields. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Fielded at the 20. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. Bridgewater's throw here, hauled in by Kupp. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Bridgewater to throw it. He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. And again, it's Bridgewater. He'll get this one to Kupp complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. A throw right side here going to be incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series, because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker. Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here, as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cobb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here's Bridgewater. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Got that look for me there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Yaya Diaby, he's the one who got in there. He gets the sack.
I don't care how loaded the front is. You have to find a way to get a player like Diaby out there. A powerful pass rusher can almost run 4.5 in the 40. That just screams potential and playmaking ability. And he flashes some on that sack.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Bridgewater. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. It's J.O.K. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there for the sack. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into a blitzing situation.
So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Now Fields. That's going to be brought in by Higgins. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
First down, Miami.
Now Fields. He's got right on the short throw. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 16 more on that one and another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? On first down, Chandler. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. A second down pass play, but it's incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL. But if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be out just just a yard or two shy of the 30. Give them 22 there on the third down conversion.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at the Eagles' 32-yard line.
Fields now to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Throwing on third down, Fields. He had him. He was open. He couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. They'll turn things over to Brandon Aubrey now for the field goal. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They trail by 10, 13-3 as they come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit. And that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Now, meanwhile, this should have been intercepted. But it winds up fully incomplete. First down marker at the 31. It's third down. Here's Fields. And that is incomplete. Philly's defense stands tall in coverage.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
On 4th down, Fields. And this is caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. 37 yards. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2, they don't get it. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
To Montgomery to begin the drive. There he goes, left side. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. David Montgomery, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Bridgewater will try and throw. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And that almost makes it a brand-new ballgame. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
I would think as a play caller, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end. Any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was. Because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. The Dolphins on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Fields. And that will be incomplete.
Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Taken from just outside the 30. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. This pass hauled in by Dodson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Bridgewater. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the 1st row.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 63 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Martin Emerson.
And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
At the 36-yard line.
Running with Montgomery from the pistol. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. To throw is Bridgewater. Flushed out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Philadelphia picking up the 1st on a gain of 15.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Maddox.
And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, but what a nice job improvising, finding other options, and completing the pass anyway.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Here's Fields.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
Defense.
So pass interference, the call there. Always, obviously, Charles, such a subjective call. You agree with the penalty?
Well, from where we're standing right now, I think the officials are tightening things up here in the second half. Maybe a defender gets away with that in the first, but this time the flag comes out, and I think it's a good call.
On the handoff, McLaughlin.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway.
Inside the 10.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Jaleel McLaughlin.
65 yards.
And the Dolphins look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
And he is not going to get in there. He stopped short of the goal. Throwing is Bridgewater.
He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter, and find their way open.
They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Desperation time. 4th down. Bridgewater. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for a strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
On 1st down, it's Fields. Throw left side complete. That's right. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Off play action, Fields. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And that one complete to Keene, the tight end. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. That one looks like he'll throw here. Steps away. That's into the hands of McLaughlin. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Fields throwing again. That's complete to Chandler on the check down. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Fields. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Chris Olave with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Dolphins have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one.
The previous play is under review.
They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. From the end zone, here comes Herbert. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
Here's a throw out line complete to his running back right side. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
Here's 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Bridgewater now.
Quick slant, Dotson.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now they got to get to the line quickly. A first down throw for Bridgewater.
He'll get this underneath to Montgomery.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. And now they're in the hurry-up. Bridgewater now from the 50.
Connecting here with Chark on the out route.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. To the air again with Bridgewater.
That's once again complete to Chark.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 23. One last shot now for Bridgewater. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now a 2nd and 10.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.